Quick Slants is presented by your local New England Honda dealers.
Hello. It is Mac's turn. Mac and Zappe, Zappe and Mac. You know what? Mac Jones should be glancing over his shoulder, but he belongs in the driver's seat. Welcome, everybody, into Quick Slants. Kay will be along with me in just a second. But first, let me give you some numbers. 40, 36, 31, 26, 25, 24, and 22. What are those? Those are the distances of the throws that Mac completed against the Baltimore Ravens. There's a short memory as to how good Mac is when he is good. And I understand that the result against the Ravens and those picks can annoy you. But he had some throws in that game that were nothing like what Bailey Zappe has shown himself to be capable of. Mac has not been appointed the Patriots quarterback. He earned it. This is not Drew Bledsoe having been outperformed and then saying to the media, I'm looking forward to competing for my job after going 5-13 and getting progressively worse. Mac Jones is 11-10 in 21 games. He's still on the ascent. And what Zappe has done is nothing like what Tom Brady did in the stead of Bledsoe. So if Mac is who we think he is, a cure for Zappe fever is about to hit the shelves. Meanwhile, here's the game plan. I could trip on that so easily. The game plan is in. Back to Mac. We'll see about that. Backhanded compliments. That's going to be my slant. And coming up in the second portion, the rookie haul. It's fat. It's happy. It's something else. Poll, comments, and there is a trivia question this week. But time now for the great Kay Adams to join us. Hi, friend.
Ooh, I love a trivia question.
Yeah, you're going to like it. Answer me this. Yeah. Are the Patriots objectively good, friend?
Oh, yes, of course. Any team that can dig themselves out of a hole, any team that fights through adversity, back-to-back wins, your starting quarterback went down and Zappe's doing his thing. And let's not pretend Zappe's doing it alone. The defense, special teams, everyone really, really doing their part and doing their job, as Bill Belichick loves to see out there for New England. Not easy to turn around a 1-3 deficit. So absolutely objectively good, but objectively not better than the Bills, and objectively, I don't know if better than the Jets.
Also objectively going to kick the crap out of your Bears next week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for Quick Fire, which is presented by your local New England Honda dealers. Kay, take it away.
When did you know that you were going to be the starter for this football game?
To be quite honest with you, I think it was Saturday, day before a game. Mm-hmm. But, the whole week I was preparing as if I was.
All right, bit of a smoking gun situation, Tom. Mac's getting his job back?
See, here's the thing. If he didn't find out until Saturday night, that means the Patriots were dragging it out and dragging it out and dragging it out. So even if there was no podium moment where Bill Belichick said, yeah, of course, Mac is a starter, that right there is my smoking gun. That means that Mac, had he been able to hobble around out there and get it done, was going to make the start regardless of what Bailey Zappe has been accomplishing. I just don't know if he's changed the equation now.
That's very smart thinking by you. That's why you're Tom Curran and I'm Kay Adams. All right, let's move on because Matthew Judon is having a killer year, phenom there on the defense for the Patriots. He had a lot to say about Bailey Zappe. Take a listen to this.
Man, Zappe's playing good football. Stepping up in the pocket, making throws. He's moving the ball for us, and he's completing passes. And I think he's doing a heck of a job in the role that we asked him to do.
Coming to a Foxborough near you next summer, a quarterback controversy.
Right. Suddenly, next summer, they're going to be doing, and that's the great thing. The Patriots are in a great spot, aren't they, Kay? They got two guys who are young on their rookie contracts. They can duel, yes?
What do you make of that? If you have two quarterbacks, you don't have one whole thing.
There's a whole lot of quarterbacks. There's a whole lot of teams in the league who don't have one. Because to have one, it's one that you think is a layup to be capable of winning a Super Bowl. Is Kirk Cousins capable? Is Derek Carr capable? Look, I know Josh Allen is. I know Patrick Mahomes is. Is Matt Ryan capable at this point? I don't think they are. So there's a finite number of teams who are capable of winning Super Bowls with the quarterback they have. So a whole hell of a lot of teams don't have a quarterback per se. I think Mac could be that guy, though.
It's interesting. People were so negative about Jimmy Garoppolo, and you covered him just as well as anybody. What's going on? And messy situation out there in the Bay, but they're a Super Bowl contender, and I contended the whole time. It's not the worst thing in the world that you have an exciting rookie, and you have a guy who wins games who can take you there that deals with injury. It's not a bad thing to have two quarterbacks if you're a Super Bowl contender. And if there's one person I trust to make the right decision when it comes to picking the guy, it in fact is the hooded one.
Yeah, and you have an unbelievable safety net. If Trey Lance gets hurt, stinks, whatever, you have a safety net. At least the Patriots know now. I don't know how strong the safety net is, but they have one.
Somebody who's fallen on tough times, and we don't like to dwell on the negative here, but he's not on the Patriots anymore. J.C. Jackson. So you had this tweet that we dug up, me and your producer, sorry, Tom, February 28th. To keep J.C. Jackson, the Patriots need to pay him at least $17 million to have a long-term deal. That's a lot for a team with moderate cap space, a bunch of expiring deals, and myriad of needs. Should they pony up for him? 27% said absolutely. Almost half said they kind of have to. And 30% said no, he's not that good. And guess what? He got benched for the Chargers. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it's funny because most people agreed the Patriots are screwed. They've lost Stephon Gilmore. They're going to lose J.C. Jackson. Pay him. But he wasn't a shutdown corner. He was a ball hawk, and the Patriots have capably replaced it for not the $18 million, which J.C. Jackson had in line. Look, we both obviously wish every player all the success. Nobody wants to see a guy go someplace and not live up to his contract. But it's interesting because when you look at the whole landscape, the Patriots absolutely positively got it right because Jack Jones is basically where J.C. Jackson was a couple of years ago.
He's got a knack for getting rid of guys right before he should, and even the people don't agree with it. But most of the Patriots fans are so smart and they know what's going on. All right, Matthew Slater, 1 million seasons played up there for the New England Patriots, but he's always got, he's the OG, but he's got love in his heart for the youngsters.
I can't remember having a rookie class that's been this big with so many guys that are contributing. I mean, that's a credit to the folks who brought these guys in here, and most of all, it's a credit to these guys for the job that they've done in improving day after day, week after week, and executing on game day.
All right, so we hear that, and that obviously alludes to all those guys, Kay, making massive differences. The Jack Jones, the Bailey Zappes, the Cole Stranges, on down the list. So I got a poll here. Want to see?
Let's go.
Fair enough. Roll it in from the stands. Poll question was simple, Kay. Which Patriots rookie has caused you the most personal giddiness? I love this question by me. And I went with the Honorable Jack Jones. First of all, Senator Zappe, 24%. Dr. Thornton, that's Tyquan Thornton, newly anointed. Professor Strange, just 13%. And the Honorable Jack Jones, garnering 43%. I think he could be a Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate. What do the people have to say, Kay?
The people, and so let's start with Dan Woods. He says, can I take the full combo platter, please? That is one hell of a draft. When Neil said, just the fact that we've had a good draft and have multiple players contributing productive snaps as rookies is awesome. And he names all the players, of course. And then we have Brian Pello saying, with as much slander as the Cole Strange selection drew, it makes me giggle with how quiet all the supposed drafts experts are now. And I know he didn't get, the big chunk of the votes there, but it's because of the expectation that came from him and the bewilderment of taking Cole Strange. But he does deserve the love. That commenter is right.
100%. Cole Strange has been outstanding. And I think that more of the criticism that was directed at Bill Belichick and the coaching staff and the scouting staff for selecting him there and trading down and doing so was not that Cole Strange stunk. No one knew. It was that there seemed to be defensive players on the board who could help him. But when it's really interesting to see is some of those guys like Kaiir Elam are certainly not playing as well as Jack Jones. So the Patriots did, while that other commenter mentioned a bunch of the players the Patriots had swung and missed on, Cyrus Jones or Asiasi. When you look at what the Patriots have done in the last three drafts, 20, 21, and 22, going back to Kyle Duggar, Ramondre Stevenson, Mac Jones, and then this year's draft, this is what it's all about, Kay, with building a core.
Yeah, it's so true. And I love that you mentioned Stevenson because what an absolute monster he's been in picking up for Damian Harris up there. Now, what's next? I like your outfit, by the way.
Do you like it?
Well done.
Thank you, my friend. Next, I think we're going to be skating on into the next portion of the program, and we jettison you. Thank you, Kay. As always, up and at 'em on FanDuel. We'll be able to get that. We will tweet all the info out on that. She's the best. Risers and Fallers coming up next, and of course, my slant. Watch out! See you in a second.
6 o'clock kickoff is presented by Shaw's, perfecting the art of fresh. Quick Slants is brought to you in part by Dr. Matthew Lopresti, the hair doctor of Tom Curran.
Growth Potential. Brought to you by Dr. Matthew Lopresti. Look younger, feel younger, get your hair back with Leonard Hair Transplant Associates. Speaking of some growth, there is room for growth in the passing game out there in Chicago. Patriots will play the Bears next Monday night. Passing yards per game, there's 32 teams in the league, folks. So just suck on that graphic for a minute, I'll be quiet. It's time for my slant. Watch out! And I can predict what we're going to be saying next Tuesday if the Patriots take care of business. It's not you, Patriots. It's them. Isn't that what we're left with after so many Patriots wins? Not just this year, but every year. They're 3-2 over the past 5 games, and before every one, we list the things to fear. Before the Steelers is, Brian Flores is on the coaching staff. Patriots offensive line, no good. Patriots beat the Steelers. Then it was Aaron Rodgers. It's going to carve him up, and he didn't. Then we figured Bailey Zappe would pee down his leg against the Lions, and Detroit would roll up all kinds of points. And neither happened. We figured that at home, with a functional coach and a veteran quarterback and a talent-laden defense, the Browns would be a stiff challenge for the Patriots. Patriots rolled them. But in the aftermath of all that, it's, the Steelers suck, or the Packers just lost to the Jets, or the Lions are the Lions, and the Browns are the Browns. The Ravens are barely good, and the Patriots lost to them with Mac. So I ask you, and I'm guilty of all that too, man. Okay? We're all in this together. Are the Patriots an average team playing well? Are they actually good? Are the teams they beat bad anyway? Or did the Patriots have a hand in making them look bad? Here's my opinion. And again, we're all in this together. We're learning as we go. Any win is a good win for the 2022 Patriots. They are overachieving relative to the way they set their team up. Defensive overhaul, coaching overhaul. They've gotten into their third quarterback. So I'm not going to knock them or put qualifiers on any of their successes. Their best attribute, I think, is actually that they don't fluctuate wildly. Eventually, we'll find out if they're good. They're going to games against the Bengals, Raiders, a bunch of other teams, and the Bills, of course, too. And we're going to get our answer as to whether they're in the mid-tier or if they're in the upper tier. And, of course, if the Patriots handle those teams, we'll probably say those teams weren't that good to begin with. All right. We look forward to next Monday's game. Meanwhile, we look forward to more conversations as the trade deadline draws near. This is Jeremy Fowler from ESPN. Writing today says Kendrick Bourne and trade rumors. Multiple teams have called the Patriots about wide receiver Kendrick Bourne, a talented run-after-catch guy with a reasonable $3.5 million salary. The Patriots have been inclined to keep him, but teams have a few weeks to try and change their minds. The Raiders are a team to be concerned with. Also, Fowler mentions there is a chance that Nelson Aguilar will be a name that is going to come up in discussions around the league, which brings us now to risers and fallers, and we will link that to our first riser, Tyquan Thornton, who was scintillating on Sunday. The rookie, in his second game active, had 2 touchdowns, 1 on a reception, 1 on a run. Does it make someone like Kendrick Bourne expendable? I think there's too much good to Kendrick Bourne, in my estimation. Tyquan Thornton can do a lot of the things that, well, Nelson Aguilar does. If someone would take Nelson Aguilar off their hands, that'd be great. Kendrick Bourne, meanwhile, sources tell me, dealing with a turf toe, but he should be good to go against the Bears. Another riser, it's going to be Sean Payton. Sean Payton, former coach. When you look around the league at teams like the Broncos, the Panthers, the Cardinals, oh boy, who else played last night? Oh, Chargers, Broncos, Chargers. There's a lot of teams who could use some offensive assistance. Sean Payton is going to have his phone ringing in the offseason. One more riser for you. It's Kyle Duggar. He is a perennial riser for me, a weekly guy who what I'm saying. He's here all the time. Check it out. He had a miss last week when David Njoku had a catch on him. Next 3 plays, boom, boom, boom. All Duggar, all superior athletic plays. He's going to make the Pro Bowl, just like I said. We got fallers now, too, ladies and gentlemen. Your first faller is Jack Easterby. Parting ways probably more fired by the Houston Texans. The former Patriots character coach really was kind of in a Machiavellian power grab down there, and well, now he's going to be grabbing for other things. Don't wish that on anybody, but still. Next up for Fallers, it's Tom Brady. Our guy giving an earful to his offensive line. Also, check it out, he made it to Robert Kraft's wedding on Friday. That's certainly not the sign of a faller. And there he is in the background. See all those guys? And there's Tom. But I think what's dropping here is the guy's weight. He doesn't look that great. Look at this. He actually seems to be slowly morphing into our guy, Willem Dafoe. Okay? That was something I observed. And I said, can we put that up there? And now that I actually see it on the screen, holy crap. Get well soon. Have a sandwich. Last up for Fallers, it's Commander Ben Volin from the Boston Globe. He unleashed this smoking lava
I'm telling you,
hot
making
take.
the Pro Bowl, I think, pumped his head up a lot, gave him an impression that he's a lot more than what he really was.
So
I think it was a bad deal for Mac.
So wait. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Now, that was full conjecture by Ben from the paper record, of course, he works for, that over the top, Mac Jones' head can't fit through the door. And his teammates are surly with him. And look, he was named a captain. He was there throughout. He helped to shepherd the team through. There was beat member after beat member after beat member who jumped up to me, whether it be through text or on Twitter itself, and said, "Ben, what are you talking about?" So that's what happens when you muddy the waters on the beat and it gets really ridiculous and we have to answer to it. We're going to answer to it. It's not the head that's a problem. It's a lot of the other things that the team has decided to do. Going forward should be better. Meanwhile, today's trivia question. In 2002, the Patriots beat the Bears at a heartstopper. What was unique about the venue they played in that day? We're going to get you back with the answer right after the break, and also irrelevant questions with the great Deatrich Wise. Wow, there's a lot going on that play. We'll see you in a second.
Quick Slants is presented by your local New England Honda dealers. Take your adventures farther with Honda and hurry into your local Honda dealer or shop online for a great deal today.
Wednesday at 6 o'clock, I'd like you to tune in for the game plan. Tom Giles will be joined by two-time Super Bowl champion Vince Wilfork, who's also at Robert Kraft's wedding. It's presented by your local New England Honda dealers. They got CR4s, they got Pilots, they got Odysseys. I mean, they got so many. Today's trivia question. In 2002, Patriots beat the Bears in a heartstopper. What was unique? The Patriots won that day 33-30 at the University of Illinois in Champaign. They erased a 27-6 deficit and won a 20-yard throw to David Patton on Brady's 55th throw of the day. It was like 20 seconds left. They actually were down 26. They scored twice in the last 5 minutes. Absolute seat squirmer and a barn burner. Will we see a seat squirmer or a barn burner this week against the Bears? I mean, hard to imagine. Have we seen any seat squirmers yet? I don't think the Patriots have even been in a seat squirmer. Well, if they're going to be in one of those, Deatrich Wise figures to be a big component of it. Here is the big Patriots' productive defensive lineman in irrelevant questions. Watch out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's irrelevant questions yet again, and it's Deatrich Wise. Do you have any idea how many snaps you've played this year? It's a lot.
I have no idea how many played, but I know I play a lot. That's it.
Let's get to the important questions.
Right, yeah, most important questions.
How do you eat a cupcake?
Unwrap it, you know, and then I bite into it.
From the bottom, though?
The side.
So you run the risk of having icing on the nose.
I have run the risk of icing on my mustache, and the mustache is a good now or later thing, you know.
Receptacle.
Now, or you can wait till after the, you know what I'm saying, and eat it after.
What superpower would you really love to have? And which one would you say, I don't know if I need that?
That's a good question, because I have a top three. Like,
okay,
my top three is strength, speed, and telepathy. So teleportation. So being able to like teleport from here to anywhere, be strong and be fast. So I can like run with guys like, you know, Taekwondo and them. And I really wouldn't want invisibility or the ability to read minds.
Yeah. Same. You know what I don't want? I don't want supersonic hearing. Yeah. Nobody needs to hear that crap. This is a portion of the program. It's called, hey, what's your number? and I ask you the number that you wear on your jersey, and if that's the one that you would prefer, and what number you would prefer if you could choose any number.
91, that's a good number. Yeah, I like it. It's my dad was number 90 when he played, so that's his number 90. So it was cool when I got 91. I was like, oh, that's what's up. And then my brother got 92. And then my other brother, my third brother, he played in college. He was 94, so it was just kind of like one of those cool things that just happened.
Did you guys do some damage around the house, the Wise boys? I mean, you know.
According to my mom, there was some damage, allegedly, by the three of us.
What is the Tom Brady story that you like to tell friends that illustrates what kind of a guy he was when you played with him?
Currently, we're in the same area when I first met Tom Brady, actually. Not this spot, but it was actually through them doors.
Yep.
And I'm going to the weight room, like I love to do. And while I'm finding my weight card, he comes beside me and is like, hey, Deatrich, how you doing? In my head, I was like, out loud, I was calm. I was real cool. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm good, Tom. How you doing? I just called him like that, and he just chuckled and said he's doing
good guy. I always say to people, he is and was as decent a guy one-on-one and as enjoyable to talk to one-on-one, even more so than when he was at a podium. I always enjoyed talking to him.
Yeah.
He's a regular guy.
Yeah, he is. Just another guy.
This was enjoyable, too. We had a great time.
Peace.
If you don't love irrelevant questions, I can't help you. I really can't. So far, we've had Deatrich Wise, Adrian Phillips. You know who my quarry is this week? It's going to be Kyle Duggar. I can't have him on the freaking the risers and fallers every week and not go directly to the source and find out how he feels about that. So great stuff there. And again, Brady, he's as good as it gets. He's just slowly morphing into Willem Dafoe. We have a prediction, too, about another quarterback, which brings us now to the nose. The prediction is this. It's very simple. Mac Jones will be under center when the Patriots play the Bears next Monday night. He will go 17 for 26 for 227 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 picks. And the Gillette Stadium DJ, he will have a huge miss if he is not spinning Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. I need some backing, but we don't have any of that. Enjoy it. We got Celtics basketball, not on the station tonight, but we will have all our pregame coverage. Make sure you catch up with us after the Celtics game ends, of course. We will have Hot Takery out the yin yang on BST with Felger and Hawley. We'll see you tomorrow night for the game plan. And then we will have Phil's Next Pats podcast, my Tom Curran's Patriots Talk podcast. We'll have the weekly spread. There'll be a football game. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.